The new balance changes just dropped inside Clash Royale, and they're pretty big. They're pretty big. 10 balance changes in total. I'm not gonna go list them all because I don't actually have them memorized. So you guys can find them in game. The most important part about this video is I'm gonna show you a deck that is going to dominate this meta. Rakan actually finished number 2 in the world last season with this deck. It's not bad at all, and it wasn't bad last season, and it's not gonna be bad this season, even after the lava nerf and the barbarians nerf. There's a lot more bait in the meta, so we're going to be using the arrows and the zap and the miner to help deal with all that bait. You could still use classic lava if you want to, but you know, this is also a good variation, especially in this meta. So the thing about this deck, we're going to have to be very, very offensive, and by that I mean we're going to play like very, very not defensively. So as you can see, we sacked the whole tower, but perfect timing. This boy, poor boy, Angel Clash, has 0 elixir. He is broke. He has no money. He can't deal with the barbs, and so we're gonna go up 2 towers, or 1 tower. Sorry, we're gonna take 2 towers in like 30 seconds, which is the fun part about this deck. This deck is very, very fun, but basically we're going to have to devote a lot of elixir to our Lavaloon pushes because we don't have a big spell and we don't have a tombstone, so you're not going to be able to go tombstone and then lava. So the problem is, or I guess we'll start with the pros. The pros is that you can go lava first play. The con is that it's a little bit harder to defend, and by a little bit I mean a lot bit harder to defend. But we're gonna go balloon. Basically a big thing here is kind of what I did with this balloon. So I know that I'm gonna have a tough time defending that Sparky if he starts up a push with it, so I go apply pressure opposite lane. And basically that's a big part of this deck. You're going to be applying pressure to your opponent because we don't really have great defense in this deck. You know, we got the barbs, we get the Inferno Dragon, but that's about it. So to make up for the lack of defense, we're going to pressure the opponent even more. So as you can see here, the reason we won this game is because I never had to deal with a big push. So if I never have to deal with a big push, I can pretty easily win games. So that game ended pretty quickly, which is how a lot of games will go. They will go pretty quickly. I mean, if you're playing it right, you should get a lot of 3 crowns. Some matchups are going to be really, really difficult, like decks with Executioner, although they're winnable because the miner allows you to take out Executioners. Although they're winnable, it gets much harder versus tanks like 3 Musks and E-Drags, Xyz. They become harder to deal with, but at the trade-off is that you are able to dominate cycle decks, dominate bait decks. All those types of decks are much easier than with classic Lavaloon, just because you can pretty much play as offensive as you want to. I mean, look at this. We're going lava first play, and we are taking the tower all the way down to... Okay, I was expecting another balloon hit, I won't lie. But basically, we're just going to zap the Skelly King ability in a second here. Zap, and then we're going to arrows because it will kill the Mother Witch. Yes, so basically, we want to... I guess kind of like... look and analyze like what you can sack and what you can't sack. Like obviously if your opponent goes like lumberjack e-barbs or something like that, you're gonna need like if I go lava in the back first play, he goes lumberjack e-barbs, I'm gonna need to do something about that. But you don't want to overspend, because the whole point is you have to go lava and then feel comfortable. Like maybe here we'll get an example. You have to go lava and then kind of just sack, I guess, because you need to be able to spend at least 7 elixir on your push, I would say, because you can either use a miner arrows combination, miner skelly drags, miner inferno dragon. You just need to have elixir, because when you lack a big spell, you can't let your opponents get good elixir trades. That's the thing, because like let's say we're gonna use a miner, by the way, to counter these barbs. Let's say I go with like a lava, and then he pressures opposite lane, I spend all my elixir defending it, and then he just goes with like, I don't know, something like Mega Minion, and then I just gave my opponent a +4 trade, and now I'm down a tower and I'm down a lava. So if you are going to go the route of lava first play and just being really aggressive, you have to play very offensively. That's the biggest thing about this deck. You can't be going lava, making the big plays, and then just like wimping out. You can't do that. So here we're gonna be in a rough position. like damage wise, but we're fine because as you can see, his Mother Witch is being used on the right lane. So the only thing he has for defense is his skeleton dragons, which will not be enough to stop my Lavaloon. So we've got to be smart with the defense as well. Since there's only one ground card, basically, I only have the barbs. I've got to be smart on what I use the barbs on, and also how I use my Inferno Dragon as well. The Inferno Dragon is a very powerful, ooh, please, yes, let's go. Very powerful defensive tool, but he's also really good on offense. Don't underestimate how good the Inferno is on offense. So as you can see here, we're just going to bait out his fireball, and then he's going to fireball this, and now we have free reign pretty much to just go barbs whenever we want. We're just going to go barbs because he doesn't have a fireball anymore, so that's going to be GG's. Don't know why he put it there. You got to counter all the barbs, but you can't just counter 2 of them. Okay, well, that's a good game right there, and even when my opponent has fireball bait, we can still win. Like, the last match goes to show you, like, even if your opponent has, like, things that you technically can't kill, like, I can't kill skeleton dragons, I can't kill Mother Witch that easily, I've got to use the miner, you can beat fireball bait. You can beat decks like this, even without having fireball, which is, I think, the coolest part about this deck. But yeah, Lava First Play, we love it. When I'm playing this deck, that is. When I'm playing this deck, I can do whatever I want. I can go Lava First Play. Let's see what he... okay, I wasn't expecting the bats. Kind of not a good play from him, because all I have to do is spend 2 elixir to kill the bats. It's kind of pointless. I don't know. Like, we give up towers very freely at the beginning of the game, as long as I'm not, like, at pressure getting 3 crowned. And see, like, here, I can wait a minute. Since he went Dark Prince, I know he didn't have that much elixir, so now he's not going to be able to get another air card down to counter my balloon. So we're just going to kind of wait here, tank this Dark Prince, because... if you're going to be honest, you have to have some sort of game sense. Like, you have to know that, okay, that Dark Prince is going to get 1,000 damage, but he's already, like, his shield is popped. You know, the main thing is I can only use the barbs on 1 unit. Maybe 2 if he stacks them together, but, like, I have to save the barbs for example, the Prince, because... like it's just, you have to think about it. Like, would I rather take 1,300 damage from my Dark Prince, or my whole entire right tower because I used my barbs like an idiot? Like, ooh, look at this, we're gonna block it, we're gonna take this whole tower, we're gonna eat it alive. Oh my gosh, he went with the Prince, he overcommitted, and oh, my poor soul. Our Gulaladras. This guy has literally no elixir, so that's nice. My man goes Prince now, and this is the reason we saved the Barbarians, just because this cycle is also kind of key. Like, if I'm using the Barbarians on my opponent's Prince, then it's really likely, like, unless he has a stupidly fast cycle, that I'm going to have Barbarians again when he has Prince. So it's just overall, like, I'm not worried about this. Like, he's forced a Fireball on the Barbs and the Balloons, so now he can't kill my Drags. It's a big game of Fireball bait as well. There it is. Okay, we got it. Nice. It's a big game of Fireball bait too. That's another aspect of this deck, is that we can bait out the opponent Fireball and get extreme value out of either the Skeleton Dragons or the Barbarians. Marty Party. Interesting. This guy feels like, I feel like this guy's like 30 or 40 years old. Like, I just get like really old person vibes. I don't know. I don't know if it's the clan or is it just the name Marty Party. I don't know. I do know that is not a good play, my friend, because oh my god, how much elixir is he gonna spend? So I'm literally down like 1. Like, I'm down 1, and I have a Lava and Inferno. Okay, now I'm down like 4, or I mean 5, because the Inferno costs 4. Stupid maths. Basically, he spent so much elixir on the first play of the game that he can't defend both Barbs and Lava Inferno Dragon, which is just... I feel like that's just, like, stupid. Like, that's the thing, guys. Like... these opponents are people you can do this to. Like, everybody watching this video can do this to your opponents. Like, this isn't top ladder. You guys can do this. You guys can do that. Like, hopefully, for the sake of the video, we get a little bit of a more competitive game. That would be, you know... I'm not saying give me, like, execution or anything. We're okay. We don't need none of that. But, yeah, just a little bit more competitive, I guess. That last match was a bludgeoning. So okay, we got Bandit, Heal Spirit, Firecracker, which looks like absolutely nothing I have any idea of, like, why. I have no idea what this is. So this is going to be fun. I would think it would be sort of a bridge spam deck. Looks like a bridge spam deck, because like recruits, bandit, heal spirit just feels like a recruits type deck. Okay, I'm in a bridge spam type deck, but it looks like that one queen bridge spam deck that's been popular for a little while. Except he's subbed out a few cards. That's the fun thing about playing bridge spam is you're not. Some decks are better than others, yeah, but you don't necessarily have to play the same deck, so it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I will not be able to stop the Battle Ram from getting enormous damage because I had to block for the Queen with the Inferno Dragon. However, we still do keep the tower alive with the nice arrows, and I was going to arrows the Battle Ram anyways just to keep my tower alive. And then he went with the Heal Spirit, and it just gave me better arrows value. So that's definitely good. We're not in the greatest spot right now, but as long as we're not down a whole tower and we're not down Elixir, it's really nice. So the most important part here is that we have to be smart kind of with what we're using the barbs on. Because in a bridge spam matchup, he has so many more ground cards than we have ground cards. So it's going to be difficult for us to focus on what to use, you know. So this is a good thing for us because he actually used 2 of his ground cards and we didn't need to use any. We still, I'm gonna use it. Yeah, okay. Well, he's gonna go recruits opposite lane, so that's a little annoying because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose my left tower. But the good thing is he's okay. The good thing is he's not gonna be able to prevent us from getting like half of his king tower here, I would think. So yeah, we're gonna go Inferno. I believe he has arrows, so it's gonna be kind of pointless for the lava pups. They're not gonna really do anything. We might be able to kill this queen though. Oh, I didn't zap the queen fast enough. If I did, I think we might have been able to end it right there. Okay, but this is fine because as you can see, he has no queen in cycle since he needs 3 cards to get back to the queen. We're going to skeleton dragons as well just to try and apply extra pressure. Get a couple of hits from that dragon. It should be a good game. Yes, we got 2 hits from that drag. All we have to do now is miner plus the arrows. He went battle ram and he doesn't have anything to block for the miner. So that's going to be GG's. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was short. We did have 5 matches, but we kind of steamrolled some people. So I promise the next game, the next video will be even longer. I'm sorry.